Kia ora, guys. Reader the Kiwi here. And tonight, we're doing a late stream because patch 6.45 just dropped. And along with it, a bunch of new, very important quests. The Hildibrand quest. Something I really enjoy. And so I gotta jump right into it. So that should be it right at hand. And then after that, of course, the Manderville Rudder quest, the next step in that. So let's take a look. By Agents Unknown, that is 100% gonna be it. Started streaming a little bit later than I wanted to because it got held up, but here we are. Alright. By Agents Unknown. Accept. Teru, eager to resume our investigations? I know I am. So where we left off, this guy is investigating, of course, the paranormal, extraterrestrial and all that. Do you recall that scrap of alien starship we recovered? And we're trying to find Pew Pew's friend that he came to here looking for. Well, Inspector Branderhild. Oh yeah, that's right. And we have the 8-bit Hildibrand. So many things that I'm only just remembering. It's been a while. It certainly has been a while since we last did this. Branderhild has employed his unsettlingly calculative capacity to extrapolate the damage to a greater whole, and he has concluded that the vessel would be incapable of flight without extensive repairs. Our most likely scenario then is that some unknown agent made off with the starship records along with Pew Pew's acquaintance. Fortunately, I have a fair idea who that unknown agent might be. After all, there is a singularly shadowy cabal with a history of concealing extraterrestrial activity. Actually, let's head over to Karma first. The Inspector and the others are staying in a dwelling there, and I would rather not explain myself twice. Alright. Big with Hildibrand. Alright. Dun. Oh, Karma. So many people on just to do this quest. His horrible misfortune, Teru. Calamitous, even. Poor Master Pew Pew has fallen gravely ill. Oh. Pew Pew. He's so bluish green. Also, I mean. Could he have caught a cold? I suppose it was quite chilly up there in Garlemald. Pew Pew is an alien. Who knows what extraterrestrial diseases might be ravaging his body? Not the bombs. Nashu's delights are the best medicine for whatever ails you, as the inspector himself can attest. Good gods, Nashu. You'll blow our host domicile to pieces. Put them away. Ahem. If I may, when I was cloned from the inspector, certain gaps in my knowledge were patched with supplementary data from the starship's archives. This information included an encyclopedic understanding of Master Pupu's physiology, which should be sufficient to me to diagnose his condition. A Xenoman hybrid mind. That explains some possible calculations. Love this animation. I want that as an emote. I have it. Master Pupu is affected by a terrible case of the common cold. Gods grant me strength. That's dangerous to extraterrestrials though, if we know anything from like War of the Worlds and whatnot. As a visitor to Etheres, Master Pupu has no prior exposure to our maladies. He is thus particularly susceptible to infection, and more likely to experience severe symptoms. Aha! 'Tis just as I summarized. We must put aside the case until we have nursed our stricken companion back to health. But even if it is a common cold, isn't there a risk that our medicines do him more harm than good? They almost certainly would. Based on the results of my analysis, however, I believe I can synthesize an effective remedy. We need to gather the ingredients. Then ingredients you shall have. So, what are we gathering exactly? Most of what we can acquire can be drawn from Master Pupu's collected samples. Otherwise, there's only two which we lack. The first of these is the liver of a giant tortoise. A suitable organ can be extracted from one of the Kachapa which wander salt winds welcome. Ah, the slaughtering of a monstrous opponent. That sounds like a job for Teru. He's not wrong. The other material in question is a rare fungus known as damp shroom, which I am hoping can be found among the Great Works' extensive stock of alchemic reagents. Very well. Marshal, Sea Lion, and I will scour the alchemist's shelves. Meanwhile, I would ask you to remain here and keep an eye on our ailing patient. Inspector Broderhand. Branderhild. You're such an expert on all things Thavnir. Well, I wouldn't say expert. Simple conclusions from simple observations, nothing more. As I said, I am hoping that alchemists have a damp shroom we need. But it really is quite rare. Once you have the tortoise liver, would you be so kind to assist the others in procuring the fungus? Then let us not prolong Master Pupu's suffering a moment longer. It seems we have a job to do. Further discussion of the abduction will have to wait. Oh, the stalker was in the window. It's just in the window there. Freaking out. Alright, so we need to get liver. Bum 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 bum. Oh my god, there's so many people out here. So many people out here trying to kill the stuff. Extinction event right here. Right now. Hey, I got it. See you later, suckers. Or we could just teleport there. I'm already flying. How do we feel about Pokemon Sleep? Yeah. Ah, Teru. I had every confidence you would bring us a suitable liver. Alas, the dank shroom yet eludes us. The alchemist said the fungus has few applications, so they don't bother to stock it most of the time. Yeah, I saw the stalker behind the box. Then I must put my keen inspector sense to work. Stand back whilst I attune myself with the essence of the dank. Damp. The word is damp shroom. And you'll forgive me if I have no faith in your abilities. It's close, my friends, and getting closer and closer even as we speak. There he is, the things. I hear you folk are in the market for damp shrooms. I might have some to sell, if you're interested. But how? We certainly are, my fine fellow. Right then. If you give me a moment, retrieve the goods, we can finalize our transactions up on the perfume rise. Was it genuine clairvoyance or sheer coincidence? I'm not sure anymore. Though in all fairness, when it comes to the Inspector Hildibrand, preternatural perception is one of the least baffling talents. In any case, we should hurry to the rise and take this man up on his timely offer. Seems suspicious. Nashu just falling asleep there. Ah, you're here. Good, good. Trustworthy trader. I don't think he's trustworthy. And here's the damp room as promised. Oh ho, glad we are for your assistance. Ah, ta, not so fast. There's still the matter of payment. Of course, of course. How much do we owe you, my good man? Considering the extreme rarity of the fungus in question, I couldn't let it go for less than 1 million gil. That's not much. That's pocket change to me. 1 million gil for one measly mushroom? That's outright robbery. A bargain, I counter. You would pay tenfold my price in the markets. I thought to do you a kindness in line of your urgent need, but I'm more than willing to find another buyer if you wish to spit upon my generosity. Nashu, how fare we for coin? We're plumbed out, Inspector. Ah then, this is a prickly pickle. Where are we to obtain sufficient funds at such short notice? A million gil was it? I have an orchestration roll collecting problem. Gotta buy them all. Spend every last one of my savings on Return to Oblivion. Easy. 1 million gil was it? Teru, I'll save you in every sense of the word. Give that man nothing. We have you now, deceitful scum. Your swindling days are over. Rides at hand, city guard at your service. We had received reports of this man's questionable activities and have been keeping a close eye on him ever since. Damp shroom is rare to find in the bazaar, to be sure, but only because there's no real demand for it. The price this Shellian quoted you was quite frankly ludicrous. But thanks to your ignorance and poor judge of character, we were able to catch him in the act. As a token of our gratitude, you are welcome to keep the fungus, assuming you still want it. Yes, very much so. That is very, magnanimous of you. A little side story. Bah, you think I enjoy tricking fools out of their coin? If that bastard hadn't declared my job redundant, I wouldn't have needed to stoop so low. He blames a rising star among the merchant princes for his woes. Bahudi, I believe his name was, purchased a trading consortium where the man was working, which led to a restructuring of hierarchy. Put a lot of people out of work. Van Hoody. I know that name. Something about an acquisitions deal gone sour? Father was willing to sell a slice of his heinous enterprise, I think, but balked when the man offered to buy our family business in its entirety. Truly, there's no telling how deep the coffers of this Van Hoody are, nor do any know the secret of how he amassed such kingly wealth so damnably fast. There are whispers, though, that he solved alchemy's oldest and most legendary of problems, the transmutation of base metal into gold. Unlikely to say the least, but whatever the source of Van Hoody's riches, he shows no reluctance in spending them. He's bought a historic temple to serve as his home, and commissioned a private airship, among other extravagant expenditures. Nice for some, eh? core. That swindling case had barely started before you solved it, Inspector. Ah, ha 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 ha, all in a day's work, my dear Nashu. I believe our business upon this scented hill is concluded. Let us hurry the ingredients back to Inspector Branderhild, shall we? I may have mollified his lordship with the secrets of divine manifestation, that the stench of failure yet clings to me. I must redeem myself in his eyes by crushing my most hated foe. Wee hee hee. That's still around. Hector Rad's at Han. Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Come on, come on. There's a giant tortoise liver. A fine specimen, thank you. I'll be mixing the ingredients in the starship. So let us convey Master Pew Pew outside that we may administer his medicine as soon as it's ready. Boom, boom. This should be sufficiently remote. I'll have the craft come to us and we can commence the treatment. Oh. Oh. Well. Nashu falling asleep again. Us just having a nice conversation. Hey, pew pew. Oh, I feel so much better. I cannot thank you well enough. All enough. Master Pew Pew recovered his strength in mere moments. Would seem his powers of recuperation are just as advanced as his technology. He's barely hiding the stalker. I came here from another world, a stranger you have no cause to trust, and yet you've treated me so kindly. The people of the star are so welcoming. Ah. You are our dear friend now, Master Pew Pew. It is our pleasure to help. And it will be my pleasure to harm. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Crystal. I'll not fall for the same trick twice. Oh no. Oh no. Manderville. Oh. Oh. Hildibrand's Hildibrand's doing it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no! Oh no! That should just bounces the cold boy. Impudent worms, taste my full power! Come on, Nasu. 3-pointer! Oh no. Oh no. We've been training our life for this moment. Oh. Yes! Do the alley-oop! Alley-oop! Slam dunk! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy to bring us back into it. Oh. Not again! Oh. I love it. Dun, 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 dun. You took the full force of that destructive beam, yet there you stand. Somewhat singed, but apparently unharmed. I've pondered and puzzled over this inexplicable fortitude of yours, and feel compelled to ask. Are you an alien? Ah ha ha ha, a fine jest, but I assure you, I am without a doubt an Uldawn-born Manderville of the terrestrial human stock. He's Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. And what more do you need to know? Where to even begin? But never mind, we have more pressing matters. Such as locating Master Pew Pew's missing comrade. This time we reopened the case of the silent correspondent. Yes, exactly. And I have a firm theory as to who it was that took the wreckage, and it's wild pilot. The Charlians. I'm all but certain they've allied with industrious extraterrestrials, which means they'll be under orders to remove any evidence of alien activity. I wager we'll find what we're looking for, an old Charlian. We need only infiltrate their operations and expose this nefarious conspiracy. Charlians can't be bothered to formally ally with foreign nations, much less aliens, and Loperates don't count. Trust me, they'll sooner flee the star than attempt to subjugate it. While Master DeLion's theory does lack supporting facts, we have no other promising leads to pursue at present. Moreover, I understand that Dalian sets the standard for monitoring astronomical and astrological phenomenon. Mayhap their experts may mayhap their experts have been tracking extraterrestrial movements. I've spoken out of turn. Please forgive my presumptuousness. Nay, my friend, I too sense our path points to the Isle of Archons. Pack your bags, everyone. We leave for Charlian immediately. Hey, happy pew pew. Guess we're going to Charlian. Oh. By agents unknown. Dun 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 dun. Oh, a gift. Hildibrand is keen to embark on the next leg of your investigation. Charlian awaits. We need only charter a suitable sea vessel. Of course, but does not the city lie many days' sail to the north? Is there no swifter means of reaching our destination? So this experimental aetherite will allow us to teleport thither with even absent attunement? Splendid. Then we shall avail ourselves of the technological marvel and forthwith. Oh god, they're all gonna get the sickness. the travel sickness. Yikes. Oh no. Oh good, okay, so we're going just straight there. Okay. Oh look! Look! Even the stalker is sick. Oh, Hildibrand seems fine. Same with Nasu. And Pew Pew and Manderville is just delight. Oh god, save me. I hope DeLion wasn't too attached to his dinner. Oh, when you travel to the cosmos as much as I have, teleportation is not the least bit disconcerting. How severe is your aether sickness, Master? So this is a city of learning. A sophisticated gentleman should feel right at home here. How are you all not sick to your stomachs? Experimental aetherites make travel exponentially more fun. Sometimes I feel as though I am the only normal person in this group of eccentrics. But, ugh. This is not the time to succumb to nausea. Not here, in the belly of the beast. Rumor has it, the Shalian secret agents travel the star in search of specimens, which they collect and bring home in service of a confidential research project. Said project is an underground military facility. If we're to find answers, then that's where we need to look. Secret agents, you mean gleaners? These gleaner chaps sound like they might know a thing or two. I say, we pay them a visit in their little underground base. We simply take a lift from the Hall of Artifice, yes? And let us be on our way. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun. Dun dun. Dun. I underestimated how much stairs I'd have to go up. I probably should have just teleport to the aetherite. Wait, do I need to... I can just go to the store, right? Yeah. Ah, these must be the lifts in question. Do you wish to descend into Labyrinthos, madam? My apologies, but each of your companions must also secure the proper permissions before we can allow them entrance. If it is assurances you need, then surely a single glance is all you require to judge us trustworthy. You're still in your destroyed suit, Hildibrand. Not to mention we've got an alien. That's just a reporter. And then low poly. Hildibrand. I could certainly make some judgments, but that is neither here nor there. Admission to Labyrinthos is subject to foreign policy. You're the ones who should be judged. I know you're hiding aliens and xenotechnology in that underground base of yours. Admit it. Xenotechnology? I sincerely have no idea what you're talking about. Oh ho, yet again do our paths cross in the serendipitous fashion. But father, what business brings you to Shalian? I am in search of a certain object, one crucial to the continued refinement of the Manderville weaponry. My investigations led me to believe it is to be found here in Labyrinthos. And so you also seem to have business down below. This is my son and his bosom companions. If I vouch for their character, will you kindly allow them to board the lift? Ah, Master Godbert Manderville. The forum sent word of your impending arrival. As a member of the syndicate, your ambassadorial status affords you an entourage of up to 5 members. Pray consider their permissions arranged. I know not your current mission, but for a long time I suggest you accompany me to this action. Oh no, the stalker can't make it in. Let me put down to that one. Oh, oh. Dun, 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 dun. From what Father tells me, the storage facility is replete with samples and specimens collected from every land on Atheris. If anyone has information concerning visiting aliens and crashed starships, it will be these sturdiest folk. A shiny silver saucer? Sorry, but we have no record of any such object in our archives, either whole or in part. Or so you would have us believe. But the purpose of this complex, this military fortress, is plain. You cannot deny that you're conducting secret research on alien starships. We're not conducting secret research on alien starships. Yes, we did build a starfaring vessel in the Mason, but it was neither for military purposes nor of extraterrestrial origin. Disguising your foul lies with a sprinkling of truth, are we? Fine, I'll dig up the facts myself, and then everyone will hear what you're really up to. While I cannot assist you with your missing craft, I do recall seeing an individual of like appearance to your companion here. You do? Where was this, pray tell? At Muriel Ergonomics in the middle circuit. The lift at the back of the building will take you down there. Many thanks, my good man. Well, it seems you've found yourself a solid lead. I have my own search to attend to, so I shall bid you good hunting and good day. Another round of in-depth inquiries by the agent of inquiry and friends is in order. To the Mario Agronomics we go. Boom, 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 boom. Your description would lead me to believe you're looking for one of the Mandragora's hereabouts. But if, as you say, it's something else you're after, then I'm not sure if I can be of much help. I've only started working here, so you may have more luck asking the older hands. Ah, you must be talking about one of those new Mandragora strains. We whipped up a batch of bright blue stray onions, but I'm afraid they started to rot almost immediately. Not a mandra, you say? Well, the only other bluish thing I can think of around here are the grapes. Look how luscious this crop turned out. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, the little blue man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I did, and it was no mandragora. A gleaner in the company of an outside visitor passed through a little while back. Nothing too unusual there, only this friend you described was scuttling along with them. I know not what the purpose brought them to the farm, but whatever it was, they didn't tarry here long. Oh, finally a good lead. Wonderful. That corroborates the information we had. That collaborates the information I but moments ago skillfully scurried out of this farmer. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question. In fact, we'll bring him to talk to us shortly. Let us round up the others. We should all be present to hear what revelations this professional collector has to share. You're the folk asking about the little blue man, yes? Oh, and you've brought someone who's practically identical. You must be the same species, surely. My friend was really here then? They certainly were. If you're of a moment or 3, I'll tell you the whole tale. To begin at the beginning, I was in Thavnir on a procurement mission, and I crossed paths with an apothecary and his unusual companion. As I mentioned, the companion was almost your twin in appearance, and the wagon they rode upon bore a damaged vessel, the likes of which I've never seen before. Could it be? As a collector by trade, I have a certain weakness for oddities. Thus did I hail the apothecary to inquire after his company and his cargo. The man was only too happy to share his story. He had, it seemed, quite recklessly plunged into the war-torn lands of Galamau to sell his wares, reasoning that where there was conflict, there would be need for medicinal goods. The state of affairs was rather more volatile than he had anticipated, however, and he was soon forced to abandon his venture. And so the apothecary began his long trek home, only to shortly thereafter discover a strange silvery ship, and its shaken pilot crash-landed in a snowfield. It cannot be a coincidence. The story continues after extricating the battered vessel and its occupant from the snow. He brought them home to Razathan, and his guests wished to make repairs to the craft. Yet even amongst the wonders of the bazaar, they struggled to find suitable parts. Hearing this, I suggested they bring the records itself to Labyrinthos, and after they agreed to the idea, I escorted them here myself. Alas, even the Dormezin engineers who worked on the Ark were stymied by the exotic ship, finding its technology impossible to comprehend, let alone replicate. The little blue fellow eventually resorted to drafting schematics, while the engineers followed the steps step by step to craft the essential bits and bobs. The apothecary and his companion were waiting here at Muriel. And then what happened? Well, once our industrious visitor had what they needed, they repaired the vessel in a twinkling. The pair then departed almost immediately, and I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. I'm told the apothecary paid a handsome sum for the engineer's services, but being typical Charlians, I wager they would have happily forfeited the coin for a chance to pore over every square elm of that ship. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'm beginning to think such an incredible vessel must have been some kind of starfaring craft. That little blue man, well, he must have been an alien from another world. Or so I'd like to believe. I'm an avid reader of the Thanarian truth, you see, and love to entertain these idle flights of fantasy. But I've rambled on too long. There are errands to attend to. I really must take my leave. Good fortune to you. Read off his paper. Can it be true? I have a readership in Charlian? Perhaps I've misjudged these people. Would seem your comrade is hale and healthy, Master Pew Pew, and in the company of a heinous alchemist of undisclosed description. Yeah, we should have got a description of the guy. Yes, this is wonderful news. I am grateful indeed that we made the journey. I have a feeling this case will soon draw to a close. Come, let us return to Razat Han and continue the search. To summarize our findings, we know now Master Pew Pew's friend is safe and in the company of a heinous gentleman, and possibly here on this very isle. Oh-ho, that does sound promising. Father, you returned to the city. I trust this means your own investigation was successful? That it was, although laying hands on the object of my desire has been a long and frustrating ordeal, to say the least. Much painstaking research revealed to me the existence of a hereditary Manderville relic within which slumbers the secrets of weapon augmentation. Yet, though I turned our ancestry home upside down, I failed to unearth the artifact in question. The reason for its absence became clear when I chanced upon the journal of one of our forefathers. He wrote of a visiting scholar keen interest in the relic, and how he thus surrendered it into Charlian's safekeeping for study. The trail led me to Labyrinthos. As it turns out, the Charlians never did find time to conduct their analysis. The custodian and I found the courier tucked away in a dusty corner of the Archeon, still awaiting processing. Ooh. Here it is, an oddity even every bit as perplexing as Godbrand's cipher-bound manual. How are we to liberate its hidden wisdom? Oh, I can help you with that. These devices were made by the Mandervillians, a starfaring race with whom we once traded. Starfaring? Wait, the Mandervilles are an alien race, they're not yours? Mandervillians? Yes, a highly evolved species, with a mastery of advanced technologies. Our people shared ideas and inventions, so I'm quite familiar with your family's relic. If you so wish, I can have the device project whatever images were stored upon it. A darkened room would afford us the clearest view, however. Then let us retire to our rooms in Karma and dim the lanterns. We must behold these secrets in optimal conditions. It explains so much that they're actually not from Atheris and they are an alien race. Mandervillians. A coincidental naming, or is there some deeper connection? Everyone comfortable? Let's see what this device has for us. Dun, 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 dun. I am Hildibrand, wanderer of stars and weaponsmith extraordinaire. First Lord of House Manderville. This is the Hildibrand, our founding father? I record this message that my descendants may know the truth of their cosmic origins. Wow. I was not expecting this twist. The tale is long, but I bid you watch until the very end. Heirs of mine, I am not a man born of the star, or even a man at all. I am of the Mandervillians, a race which hails from the far side of the great expanse. He's doing the puppet show? Mandervillians are a parasitic symbionts. Mandervillians are parasitic symbionts. We can only survive by bonding with other life forms. Once our essence has taken root, we supplement the host's mind and strengthen its physical structures, imbuing our new form with steel-like resilience. I knew there was something alien about that impossible imperialness. Even though the conjoining of compatible host bodies, we produce offspring which harbor the next generation of Mandervillians. This symbiotic variant eventually takes to the stars in search of potential new vessels, adapting and multiplying. So it was that our race proliferated and spread throughout the cosmos. Until tragically, our flourishing civilization was brought to an abrupt end. Every planet upon which we Mandervilles resided was visited by an inexplicable calamity. Oh, yeah. Our societies were brought to ruin by life forms suddenly twisted into horrific nightmares. That sounds rather familiar. So even stars far removed in time and space were ravaged by the final days. Desperate to avoid the same fate, a comrade and I boarded a ship and fled upwards into the starry night. We flew and flew until we found a planet, your planet, untouched by the phenomenon. But the rigors of our journey had so damaged our craft that we were forced to make an uncontrolled descent. I alone crawled from the wreckage, badly injured and near death, but even as I resigned myself to perishing on this unfamiliar world, I was found by a man who had came looking for the fallen star. As a rule, Mandervillians do not take intelligent life forms for hosts. After hearing my story, however, this sympathetic gentleman offered to become my vessel of his own accord. He was himself afflicted by an incurable malady, and with little time left to live, he seemed content to know that his ailing body could provide safe haven for another. Oh. With his blessing, I set about transferring my essence. The man's form was revitalized and purged of its fatal fatality. Yet the mind which dwelt within was now my own. I went on to build a new home for myself here, making use of my people's technology to ply the blacksmith's trade. I wed a local lass, and together we had a child. Although not pure Mandervillian, our offspring exhibits the same enhanced physiology. A boar, I suspect, shall be passed down for generations through the bloodline of House Manderville. My dear descendants, the folk of the star are most fragile. Yet, as the first man I encountered did demonstrate, they are nevertheless capable of surpassing love and generosity. As the last of the Mandervillians, I have but one request to make of you. Pray employ your superlative abilities in my armory of Manderville armaments for the benefit of these wonderful peoples whom I hold in the highest regard. Had to end it with the Manderville dance. What an astounding development. Dun, 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 dun. I, Hildibrand, elder Maximilian Manderville, shall heed the passionate plea of my illustrious forebear. No case is too big, nor too small, should it be in service of my fellow man. He learns he's descended. Oh, whoops, I accidentally skipped through that. But, wait a minute. Then why is Lady Julian so monstrosely strong? Is she a descendant of aliens too? No. People paying attention during the MSQ would know the Diary of Goldsmith talking about a void scent, and so I'm 100% sure she's a void scent. Well, This is most unexpected. Never did it cross my mind that our esteemed ancestor might hail from beyond the heavens. But I do wonder if that self-same blood still runs thick in our veins. The family tree I glanced over some years ago suggests that. But 'tis unimportant. My present purpose remains unchanged. I will bring our Manderville weaponry to the peak of its perfection, for Godbrand, and for the good of our star. What was that about the family tree? Before I forget, I have a gift for you, Teru. Pray await me at the Aetherite Plaza, and I shall bring it to you forthwith. Bum 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 bum. Some truths can shatter the foundations of our beliefs when brought to light. But I have to say, this wasn't one of them. The more staggering discovery was that I have devoted readers in Shaolian. Those who pursue my publications are allies against the ever-expanding webs of lies and deception, without exception. I have misjudged the Shaolian people. They are not collaborators or architects of conspiracy. They are but seekers of knowledge, unafraid to plumb the depths of the unknown. I'm glad you're realizing this. That Master Pew Pew though, that one still has ulterior motives. I'd bet my life on it. Stand ready, for we shall have need of your strength when he shows his true colors. I hope you've not been waiting long. This is the gift I mentioned. Master Pew Pew earnest quest inspired me to indulge a spot of clockwork craftsmanship when weaponsmithing and sessions. I thought it only fitting that you be the one to care for this diminutive simulacrum. Consider it a memento of your adventures together. Oh cool, a Pew Pew minion. And as for the Manderville weaponry project, I believe my ancestor whose artifact has unlocked the door to the next stage of improvements. Should you find time to offer your assistance, announce yourself to Master Geralt, and I shall endeavor to join you with utmost celerity. Until then, my dear Teru. Dun, 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 dun. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Thavnair, Lord Van Hoody, I come with ill tidings. Professor Lugay set an ambush for his nemesis, but it was once more defeated. His current whereabouts are unclear. And we had the ship, so clearly this is the merchant that helped Pew Pew's friend repair the stuff, repair his ship and stuff, and now he's using that guy to get wealthy, it seems. That glittering dot. Gold. Clones of himself. No matter, preparations are well underway. The manifestation will proceed as planned. Oh. Oh! So many of them. A clone army. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. The U Inspector. Hildibrand adventures are always so nice. I love the series. Probably one of the best side quests in the game. Well, now to do the Manderville weapon. Weapon for ninja, yep. Undertake this quest as ninja. Accept. Oh, it's you. Are you gonna make the new relic weapon? Yeah, I'm starting it right now. That not working. Hold on a second. There's my chat. That Windows doesn't seem to be working. Huh. Why isn't that displaying? Yeah, it's working. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't displaying. I suppose that the speckled fop did mention that he would make some kind of breakthrough and needed to round up the usual suspects. I shall inform his lordship of your arrival. Thing is, I do really like the current look of the relic, so I wonder what the next step will look like. I haven't seen anything of it, so. Teru, welcome. I do hope you are prepared for another spot of modest labor, for I have plucked the new weaponsmithing secret from the depths of my family's extraordinary heirloom. As for why Godbrand abandoned his cipher journals, it would seem he desired the greater security afforded by the relic's recording apparatus, that he so feared his knowledge falling into wicked hands bespeaks the destructive potential of what we seek to recreate. Speaking of which, this stage of augmentation will require a fundamental alteration to the weaponry's design. Godbrand understood that individual wielders have different needs and preferences, and thus conceived a method to modify each armament's base qualities. Essential to the process is a new type of oil known as Max Alam de Manderville. Max Alam de Manderville. God, I can't even begin to think of how to pronounce that. By subtly adjusting the precision ratio of ingredients for this coating, we can influence the parts of ethereal conductivity as we see fit. Ugh, more bloody oil. The oil's chief ingredients is once again derived from a meteorite, specifically an archodite with amplifying properties. So many out of this world materials. But 'tis unsurprising now that we know the alien origin of Godbrand's weaponsmithing techniques. Alien origin, you say? Little wonder I weren't familiar with him. As has become customary, I shall prepare the bulk of the necessary resources, whilst you procure our supply of archodite. Oh, aye, and a lovely bloody custom that is. Man of your means, I reckon you could buy a mountain of them space rocks as well. And I would gladly do so, except the merchant in question will accept naught less than a specific type of tombstone in trade. As much as it pains me to impose upon Terry further, she is the best equipped to handle that onerous task. Already got plenty saved up for this. These improvements call for a drastic reforging, and it is your expertise that shall see us succeed or fail as well, Master Droll. Fine. I'll shut me gob and do as I'm told. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the distinct impression you have lost interest in this project. You bloody think. Look, I took this job to pay off me drinking debts. Now I've managed that, I've got no desire to keep working for an underdressed, overpimped, pretentious ass. I see. Admittedly, even from the beginning, your distaste for me was rather poorly concealed, and I fear such festering antagonism will adversely affect our smithing endeavors. Oh, what's it gonna do? Yes, let us resolve our differences over a flagon of fine spirits, or several, as circumstances dictate, all at my expense, of course. Free liquor? Is it? Then you'd best be bringing your biggest purse. Hiru, you must join us. If you would be so kind as to secure a table at the Mayhem, I shall be along in short order. What's a bet he doesn't turn up at all, and he starts drinking, and then is left with the bill, and then is now now in debt again, and so has to work it off. What's the bet? That's what's gonna happen. Oh ho ho, a splendid night for spirituous beverages. I guess he does show up. You sure about this then, are ye? I've a mighty thirst, and I'll not be slarked by the cheap stuff. What of you, Teru? Will you be following Master Geralt's fine example? Bring on the high-class brews. Might have one or two. No looking for me, thanks. Bring on the high-class brews. Let's get wasted. Very well. Then I shall order us all the same to start. Your beverages, Lord Godbert. Enjoy. To your health, my friends. Why is it blacked out? Right, no point beating around the bush. I've hated your guts for a good long while now. Ah, so even my insides offend you. And why might that be? Because for a proper artisan, devotion to your craft ought to be your #1 priority. But you are founding a consortium or building some fool's playground for fleecing the masses. Yet, you're a bloody merchant. That's what you are. You believe my devotion is insufficient, then. Yet, our works require not only the sweat of our brow, but capital to cover the expenses, no? Thus, does not a steady revenue facilitate the creative process? In that respect, my business ventures have allowed me to indulge in goldsmithing projects I could never have otherwise afforded. Is it not true that you craft kettles as a means to repay loans or simply make ends meet? Would not substantial source of wealth spare you such tedious drudgery and empower you to pursue your heart's desire? Booze! We're gonna need more booze over here. Ah, cocktail shaker. What really soured me was when ye start ye ass on the syndicate. How can ye craft aught worthwhile with your head buried in political shite? You may be surprised. I like how he's getting ways that he's still much the same. My participation in the Uldar's governance opened my eyes to a different world, which in turn provided great inspiration for several original pieces. Well, you can keep your bleeding inspiration. I want nothing to do with prissy rule makers of ye ilk. God. Character's face. Well, he's drunk so much more than him. You and your bloody reasonable arguments. Rich sods ain't got a clue what it's like for poor buggers like me. And what have you got against wearing clothes any road? We are more alike than you realize, Master Geralt, especially when it comes to simplicity of our attire. True, he's just He's shirtless, he's pantsless. Aye, so clear now. You're the master craftsman. Ow. And I'm a sodden failure. A failure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Rowena, how'd you? Oh, bugger it. I'm a sorry excuse for Smitty, and that's all that matters. He seems to be mistaking you for someone else. Perhaps you could offer him a kind word. Geralt, your craftsmanship is flawless. Geralt, you're a sniveling disgrace to your profession. Nah, your craftsmanship is great. You're the master blacksmith. That means a lot coming for you. These things. Right, I'm done weeping into me cups. I'll fix them weapons. And to L's with the money. I'll do it for me own damn sense of pride. That was the plan, to drink him senseless. But will he remember any of this when he wakes up? Would seem Master Geralt has overcome his aversion to our partnership. Splendid! Although I never would have guessed carrot juice could be so intoxicating. Ah, I was concerned for a goodsmith's health, you see, and had Miel switch his spirits to something less potent several rounds ago. Mayhan's liquors are sublime, but too much can wreak havoc on a man's constitution. Wow. There was a time when I, too, devoted every waking moment to my craft. But alas, running a mercantile empire comes with its own responsibilities. Monetary woes notwithstanding, I do envy Master Geralt his purity of purpose. And on that note, let us return to our appointed acquisitions. We shall require 3 chunks of the aforementioned Atrodorite as soon as you are able. Alright. Let's go. Gain some tombstones. This onerous task of exchanging currency. It's this one, right? Need 3. Yep. Do I need to? No, I've already removed. I've already removed area. Ah, the heat of the furnace has me all sobered up. Let's have them special rocks then. Aye, I reckon that's enough. But there's one other thing that's been bothering me. Was Rowena there at the Mayhem? I don't rightly remember. Ah, forget it. Let's get this lordship over here before I lose my will to forge. Don't have to get farming casualty tomes. Yeah, not too bad though. But now for the finishing touch, the Manderville oil. Before we can finalize the mixture, however, you must tell us how you wish your weaponry to serve you in battle. Oh, are we finally getting the ratio, the stat setting? Ratio of coatings of the coatings ingredients will greatly influence the armorant's various quantities. But think carefully ere you give your answer. Adjust the attributes. Ooh. Oh yeah, we of course go max. It says, oh wait, yeah, we just go, yeah, crit, det, direct. That's easy, simple. Yeah. Understood. Your wish is our command. How do they look? This is done. Yeah, holding the result of undying devotion to crafting excellence. Yeah, they're kind of cool. Had you not so bravely confessed your grievances that evening, I dare say this degree of collaborative work would have remained unattainable. I'm not sure if I like them more than the previous step yet, although I need to look at them more. Well, the memories are might fuzzy on that score, but I'll take me victories where I can get them. As always, Teru, should you wish to enhance other Manderville weapons in your possession, you only need to say the word. Yep, I will be doing that later, because I don't have enough poems yet to do the other ones. Ahem, Lord Godbert. Though it shames me to admit, the expertise necessary to manufacture the Manderville oil is beyond my limited chemical knowledge. Don't look at me. If I could mix magic potions, I'd have grown me hair back long ago. Ho ho ho, I'm aware it would prove an insurmountable feat for you as well, which is why I've employed a master alchemist. Oh, bloody odd taste in clothes, but at least he's wearing some. Our newest addition to House Manderville will assist with further augmentations and oversee the preparation of the oil. It will also be available to readjust your weapon's properties should you but bring him the required quantity of Actrodorite. This has been a monumental step forward, my friends. Yet one stage remains ere the Manderville weaponry's evolution can be considered complete. I knew you were leading up to that. Let me guess. We'd sit here in breathless, bleeding anticipation while ye sort out what comes next. Precisely. Preparing the process is like to be a lengthy endeavor, so I do suggest you continue breathing. The final step is upon us, Teru. Pray indulge in this ambitious ambition of mine one last time. Okay, okay. Question is it? It's worse than my current weapon. So it won't be. I won't be using it over. Yeah, alright. But so these are glamoured with the current step, which work really well with my glamour. What changes when you dye them? The blade. Doesn't really change much. I don't know. It's a cool effect. Like, don't get me wrong. This looks cool. It's a nice effect. It's like the glow's not too much. I do like the purple. Flames is kind of cool. But I do feel like these ones, this looks, it matches my my glamour better. The previous step matches the glamour better than wait, what the those were the Pyro's ones. Forgot I still had that in here. Yeah. I like the subtlety of that, of the... oh, I'm not sure now. I'm not sure which one I want to use more. I'm probably gonna keep with this. At least the previous step, at least for my ninja. It's 1500 per, right? Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna stop the stream there because it is late for me. Oh my god, it's 5 to midnight for me. But did the Manderville quest. We got the new product for at least the ninja. Over the next few days, I'll be obviously streaming more of this patch content. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. And till next time. Bye bye.